Hi, Joy Olson here, Blockbuster Fundraising 2019. Whoa! So something that's always fun to gossip about or think about or plan for are what are the new trends? What looks trending for 2019? And of course, I'm talking nonprofit trends. So I thought today I'd make a compilation of some trends that I've seen predicted and share them with you. And first of all, let's talk about your philanthropy. What is the outlook in 2019 for philanthropy? What does 2019 look like for your nonprofit? Okay, the experts have scoured the internet and their resources to bring us some nonprofit trends, philanthropic trends that can help us achieve major success in 2019. Of course, they tell us that there are many unknowns that affect future charitable giving. The 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, for example, has generated speculation from some nonprofits who rely on itemized tax deductions to boost donor incentives. And they're a little worried. However, your organization can better prepare for tomorrow by understanding the philanthropic sentiment of today's donors. So, the experts have listed a few conditions that I'm going to share with you right now that may help us, inform us about our 2019 giving outlook. Here's what they say. Monthly giving is on the rise. Hey, subscription services are flourishing. Think Netflix or Amazon Prime. And that's no surprise to all of us. Smaller monthly payments that automatically renew tend to be more manageable and certainly convenient for consumers, while companies really enjoy the increased customer retainment. The concept has influenced philanthropic giving too. Good heavens, monthly giving increased by 40% alone in 2017. And while the final statistics are still pending for 2018, recurring giving rates are expected to increase into 2019. So your nonprofit organization may want to embrace the trend. You definitely want to embrace the trend. Monthly givers tend to donate more over time than their counterparts who donate only once per year. In fact, the annual value of regular givers is worth nearly 3 times more than that of one-time donors. You'll definitely want to follow up on that advice. Make monthly giving a huge 2019 fundraising plan goal. Now let's talk about another aspect of your fundraising, and that is a different and direct approach to asking. Important, asking. Nonprofits have often used their past successes to appeal to donors. Their past successes, asking for donations to help continue those efforts. However, this model may prove less effective, the experts say, in 2019, and here's why. Today's donors want to know their contributions are making a difference. Gen Xers and millennials are especially motivated by a sense of social responsibility. They want to be a part of the change-making process. So to engage the next generation of givers, you may need to change the way you ask for funds. So how about using some of these suggestions or ideas to appeal to donors? Here's one suggestion. There's a problem occurring right now, or you're needed to solve the problem, and here's how your gift or time will solve the problem. Isn't that good? This model appeals to the proactive donor by identifying a current need and shifting the focus from the past to the present. Here is another important idea for you for 2019. Employ sentiment to drive corporate giving. This is what the experts say is going to happen. Your organization may rely on local businesses to meet fundraising goals for the year. Probably you do. According to the Philanthropy Outlook for 2018-2019, companies have begun to recognize the benefits of focusing on their employees' philanthropic interests. So, because of that, here are a few facts and figures for you to consider right now. You see this on your screen. 58% of Americans consider a company's social and environmental commitments when deciding where they want to work. 46% of survey respondents engaged in giving through their workplace, according to the American Charities 2017 Snapshot Report. And 63% of survey respondents felt that having a variety of causes to choose from through their company was valuable or extremely valuable. Now, the source for this is the Philanthropy Outlook, as we mentioned, for 2018-2019. So what does this data suggest for your organization? To foster good corporate partnerships, be receptive to the goals and interests of their employees. When working with corporate partners, offer a variety of causes and programs and allow for simple team sign-up. Employees who feel passionate about the cause and who have a positive experience donating or volunteering through a company program are more likely to return to your organization. Very interesting, don't you think? Okay, here is another thing for your nonprofit organization to focus on for 2019. So say the experts, and it is a shift in focus for disaster giving. Many disaster funds receive outpourings of charitable donations from individuals and corporations immediately after a disaster event. However, funding can just as quickly subside even when significant need remains. If your nonprofit gets involved in disaster relief, the Center for Disaster Preparedness suggests shifting the focus from short-term reactionary giving towards a more sustainable strategic giving plan to have the most impact. So you're going to want to plan ahead, have a program in place, ready to collect donations or lend services for planning, recovery, and immediate relief efforts. The experts say, think holistically. How can your organization, your volunteers, and their skill sets make a difference? And be strategic and sustainable. Waiting for a disaster to strike before we act is unsustainable. A changing climate calls for creative thinking and preparation. Support innovative prevention, mitigation, and adaptability programs. Research, the experts say, has shown that disaster relief giving can heighten pro-social behavior such as charitable giving and volunteering in the long term. So make sure that your nonprofit has a program in place to receive donation and supplies when disaster strikes, and consider reaching out to your community's disaster mitigation efforts. So in conclusion, in the philanthropy report for 2019, the experts say, while it's impossible to know the exact course of future nonprofit philanthropy trends, organizations can better prepare for a new year of change making by remaining abreast of public sentiment toward giving. And there are plenty of resources out there to help your nonprofit develop a better sense of tomorrow. Look for the 2018 Giving Report that provides information about global trends, and look for the M&R benchmark. It compiles digital nonprofit data for 2018. And finally, the Philanthropy Outlook 2019 looks at trends that may drive the future of corporate and public philanthropy. That's a big report, but download it. It's really worth reading and having and looking over. Well, what about technology? Because technology is certainly changing how nonprofits operate. It's making nonprofits more productive. But the ubiquitous nature of technology can also be overwhelming, to say the least. So staying up to date with the ways that nonprofits and their supporters are using technology is going to help your nonprofit organization drive deeper engagement. And here are some of the noteworthy trends that the experts say can help you this year. Personalize user experience with the right tools. Turning one-time givers into recurring donors remains one of the largest issues for nonprofits. So organizations are using software to create personal appeals toward potential givers and foster lasting engagement. The right software is going to make it easy to analyze your donor base and make the relevant ask. For example, you don't want to send your $25 ask to corporate partners or your $5,000 ask to all individual donors. A robust volunteer management software will help you target your approach so that potential donors and volunteers encounter the causes and opportunities that they care about. Individualize. Hey, storytelling is as important as ever. Today's funders and donors are looking at nonprofit impact rather than overhead spending to evaluate organizational health. And each play a role in telling your organization's story. Qualitative data, like success stories, allows you to assess the quality of your organization's program and understand change-making at ground level. Plus, stories of your impact are more likely to capture the hearts of individual donors and volunteers. On the other hand, gathering meaningful quantitative data like volunteer hours contributed denotes the scale of your efforts. Awarding foundations and corporate donors tend to look for numerical data because it's easier to compare and analyze. So, in 2019, nonprofits should consider creating a plan for gathering meaningful qualitative and quantitative data. More nonprofits are investing in technology to assist with administrative tasks so that they can focus resources on developing a strategy for data collection and reporting. If you don't have this, talk to your ED, talk to your board, get software because you're going to need this. Measuring impact will require a well-planned, multifaceted approach, but there are certainly steps that you can take right now, and here are some. Collect stories from community members who have been helped by your organization's programs. Share these stories on your website, your blog, and other media platforms. Encourage your volunteers to log their hours by sending email reminders or how-tos. Volunteer participation hours can be a good indicator of impact, and with the right management software, it's simple data to collect. Are some ways that you should really think about. Embrace video. Video content is now the most popular form of online content, and digital donors are more interested in watching content than reading it. According to WordStream, internet video traffic will account for 80% of all consumer internet traffic by 2019. So video is a great way to share the stories of your nonprofit. That it shares stories that has helped or feature your most generous givers. You'll bolster new support with compelling video content and feature that video on your site. And that's because studies show viewers absorb 95% of a message when presented in video, compared to 10% when formatted in plain text. Wow! Talk about impact. You simply have to create more nonprofit campaign videos. And you can do this. And here is another trend for 2019 that the experts say. Say goodbye to home phones. For years, reaching donors by phone has been an essential part of really fruitful fundraising and building a relationship. However, the gradual disappearance of the home phone will continue to impact your fundraising efforts in 2019. Fewer households with landlines means that your nonprofit must catalog multiple contact numbers and methods of communication per household. So we're back to software. Having an automated contact management system in place is going to become essential. So the experts say look for volunteer management software that manages, automates, and personalizes communication. Really, you just need to think management, automates, and personalization of all your communications. Hey, last year online giving increased by 23%, and it's poised to gain steam next year, major steam. So make sure that your website is set up to inform users of your donation needs, as well as receive donations with ease, as well as featuring videos of your impact. Keep in mind that while landlines are disappearing, mobile phone usage rates for the purpose of web browsing continue to soar. All right, here's something that you'll want to know, and this comes from the M&R benchmark study in 2018. People are still using email, okay? In 2012, you go back 7 years, only 6% of donors were willing to donate through email. Well, that number rose to 28% in 2018, and it's expected to climb further into 2019, according to a study by Dunham & Company. In fact, email inspires 27% of all giving globally, second only to social media. Today, email remains a trusted source of communication, so make sure you allow for easy donation through email. Provide a button or a link that leads directly to your online donation page in the body of the message. And in addition to its fundraising capabilities, email is a vital tool for maintaining support year-round. So remember, get that email. Just make it as refined and sleek as possible. Social media, I know that your development peeps, it takes a lot of time, and it may take a back seat. And there's no question that the popularity of social media has skyrocketed within the last decade, but the social media obsession has also raised concerns about its effect on people's mental health. Facebook has taken a lot of credibility hits, and although Facebook and Instagram have developed tools to help users track social activity and take breaks, but a lot of people are cutting back. So in 2019, nonprofits may want to consider shifting their marketing focus. Social media will remain an important part of your outreach plan, but it's important to diversify your efforts. So the experts say consider taking an omni-channel approach to bolstering engagement. Ask your volunteers and program recipients to share their stories through your blog or in person at your next event. Just make sure that your message then is unified across all communication channels. So in conclusion, what are the experts saying about technology for 2019? They're saying this: it allows your nonprofit to tell stories, to foster engagement, and to improve your productivity. So take the time to learn more about today's technology trends and use the best approach you can in 2019. And it's a perfect time, the experts say, for you to review your nonprofit marketing and communication strategy and determine what's been most effective. And there's no time like the present, January, 1st of January, to really create a new, fresh outlook. So to strengthen your outreach, consider the trends and assess how you could best utilize these trends to reach your organization's specific goals and needs. Well, I think that there are probably 3 marketing trends that your organization should incorporate in 2019. Number 1, you want to build a storytelling culture. Today, storytelling is one of the most effective tools in your communications toolbox. People are hardwired to understand the world through stories, and these stories create an emotional and deep connection to your mission because people remember stories even better than they remember facts, and we know that. So please get your storytelling on. Told consistently, stories remind your audience about what makes you unique and why your cause is the best choice for their donation and support. However, relying solely on the development or communications team to generate stories can leave many great stories untold. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, in the nonprofit is communicating what the organization does. Everyone is involved in its mission and its advocacy, and therefore each person is a storyteller. So by creating a storytelling culture in your nonprofit, you can tap into those stories. And there's so many benefits of building a storytelling culture. First, you're going to have buy-in from the leadership. They can help ensure that everyone is involved and that everyone follows through. Second, create a way to gather the stories. Have regular storytelling circles or meetings that encourage people from all parts of your organization to come together to share their favorite story. This is going to help wonderfully generate great content, but it's also a wonderful way for everyone to learn what's happening in the organization, build collaboration, and strengthen their storytelling skills. They'll also get better at identifying good stories to bring forward. And thirdly, you're going to develop a story banking method, whether there's a database or a folder. Sometimes in Blockbuster Fundraising, we call it the inspiration folder, where all the best stories are kept. And fourth, you commit to a way to get those stories out. For example, share a news story regularly on the website or in a monthly newsletter or email. All right. And then, boy howdy, personalize your email communications. So important. Because today, one size does not fit all. And effective marketing is hyper-personalized. Remember that. Customers want tailored content, and your donors are your nonprofit's customers. You need to count, convince, and close them. Customize content and optimizing their experiences with you will foster a deeper connection and therefore greater loyalty and support and retention. And email is one of the most effective ways to do this. So you got to remember, you got to segment out those email lists, and segmentation is so important. And you want to find out more information on this. Blockbuster Fundraising, we have lots of videos on YouTube on the best ways to segment your list. And if you haven't done so, you need to review our work or somebody else's work on how to segment, okay? And then thirdly here, you want to, for 2019, you want to make video a priority in your content mix. You just do. Because it's projected that in 2019, video will represent 80% of the internet traffic. 80%. And you know, we've mentioned this a couple of times already today, that people remember videos better than they remember written content. And videos are also more likely to go viral. And the good news is that the cost for video production has certainly gone down, and there's so many online tools available to create your own video. And here's the truth of it too. Social media doesn't require polished pieces. Recording short videos on your phone can be highly effective. Anyhow, there's so many tools to help you get your videos going. And I think that that should be an absolute must for 2019. Hey, IGTV on Instagram. I'm sure that a lot of you have your business Instagram accounts. That is a great way to set you apart and to reach your donors. Well, I don't know about you, but I bet you have to get back to work. And so do we here at Blockbuster Fundraising. But it's fun to talk about some of these trends and combine them with our New Year's goals for 2019. And I think that we've touched on some that are absolutely superior ideas that will help 2019 be a fabulous success for you. Joy Olson, Blockbuster Fundraising, saying thank you so much for having been here today. I've enjoyed it. I hope you had a wonderful 2018 fundraising results. And we wish you the very best in the new year. Check us out, blockbusterfundraising.com, joyolsongroup.com, our YouTube channel, way over 300 free fundraising videos, tips to inspire you to great fundraising. Have fun. See you later, and thanks. Bye-bye.